If your doctor wants you to take a specific medicine, should your insurance company be able to tell you no? Well, that's what patients say is happening to them thanks to something called step therapy.
It's supposed to keep skyrocketing prescription drug prices down, but could it come at a cost to your health? 7 investigator Ross Jones has the story.
I think they put the dollars ahead of a patient's health and well-being.
When he was diagnosed with 2 autoimmune diseases, Joel Hechler knew he'd be in for a battle. He didn't realize maybe his toughest one would be with his insurance company.
I don't think they fully understand the impact that the medicine will have on my long-term health and well-being.
Hechler suffers from Crohn's disease and ulcerative colitis, diseases that attack the lining of his digestive tract. Autoimmune conditions like his can't be cured, but with the right medication, the symptoms can be controlled. Finding the right medication isn't always easy. Even if there are scores of drugs on the market, some patients might only respond to one. In Joel's case, his doctor thought he'd have the best chance on a drug called Remicade.
I received a letter from my insurance company that denied the Remicade.
Joel's insurance company, Primera Blue Cross, wouldn't approve the drug his doctor prescribed because they wanted him to try a cheaper drug first. It's part of a program that health insurers nationwide are using called step therapy, requiring that patients try less costly drugs before stepping up to more expensive ones, even if your doctor believes the cheaper drug won't work.
They have to fail these other medicines first before getting the new drug. That doesn't make any sense. So this is our infusion room.
Dr. Larry Adler is president of Huron Gastro in Ypsilanti and says he spends virtually every day battling insurance companies over step therapy drugs.
You have seen patients get worse because of the delay for step therapy.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
In Joel's case, it took 6 weeks of fighting with his insurer to convince them that the cheaper drug wouldn't be effective. And as he was waiting, he was getting worse.
It got to the point where I had to be admitted to the hospital. I was very sick, very sick.
These drugs can cost up to $100,000 per year.
Glenn Perry is Director of Pharmacy Contracting and Sales for Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, the state's largest insurer.
It seems like you're telling patients that in many cases your insurer knows what's best for you rather than your doctor.
We are trying to provide the most cost-effective and safe medication use.
He says when a doctor and insurer disagree over a drug, they try to resolve the case within a few days without putting a patient at serious risk.
A delay of 1 or 2 days I don't think is really going to make that much of a difference in the medical outcome for the patient.
But for many patients like Phyllis Toole, the delay is longer than just a few days.
You've been fighting this for more than a year?
Yes.
Phyllis suffers from rheumatoid arthritis, a condition where her body attacks her joints. When her doctor wanted to put her on Orencia, her insurance company, HAP, said she needed to try a less expensive drug, Humira. Phyllis's doctor was worried about possible side effects, and he thought Humira could be too risky. After battling for months, Phyllis says the whole thing made her feel more like a number than a patient. With her doctor and insurer in a standoff, she was forced to rely on samples of Orencia that she got from her doctor. HAP never approved her prescription.
They're playing doctor, what it feels like. They're saying, this is what you can have for the symptoms you have. That may make you sicker, but this is what you can have.
Citing patient privacy laws, HAP declined to comment on Phyllis's case. As for Joel Hechler, his prescription for Remicade was approved, but it didn't help with his symptoms. His doctor prescribed him another medicine, and once again, his insurer denied him, saying he should try a cheaper drug first. 3 weeks later, they finally approved the new prescription, and he's doing much better today. I'm Ross Jones, 7 Action News.
Ross, thank you. Crime